Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by.
And there's Odden from Cadaver.
It's great to be chatting to you today. Can you tell us about your new album and how excited are you about its imminent release?
It's been a hidden treasure in my archives, the rough version of this for ever. And when we finally got together in the new studio I have, we digitalized a lot of old stuff and realized we had like a full album of unreleased tracks in its pure form, sounding really good. So we wanted to share it with the world, and we basically brought it back the old lineup, and we had a blast in the studio just going over what we did back then and adding some lead guitars and some extra vocals where it wasn't vocals and bass and whatever it was, but the feeling and the whole atmosphere is truly where we were at our peak, I guess, creatively and as a band. And to show that to the world now feels like kind of a revenge, really, because the circumstances of recording back then was very different from now. And it's a big thing with old bands that they re-record their old tracks and
Mhm.
their old music, but we have decided to do it the other way around, to show the pre-recording of what could have been an album and should have been an album, really, back in the day. So and adding, of course, songs people haven't heard at all before from the archives, but with the true vibe of old school. But we haven't done anything to make it modern. We just wanted to make it as good as possible where it's sitting. So I'm really excited about getting this out to all the new fans of Cadaver. You can see the variations of our kind of material and songwriting throughout the ages. We're kind of an oddball band, and I think this shows a little bit more of also our influence on other bands from Norway in the 90s in a different way. So I think it's a great celebration of old school and also bringing out some new directions for whatever we're doing next. But that's another problem. It's all about the music, really.
You sort of like you formed back in 1988, didn't you? And then you reformed and sort of stopped and started. It must be so like pleasing for you to know that you've still got such a loyal fan base out there.
Oh, that's incredible. I mean, we're one of the dumbest bands around when it comes to, sticking to what we did. We never thought we did something for I don't know. When you're young, you don't think do something for the ages anyway. You just do it in the moment. And when time goes by and you realize kind of this is kind of like a career, let's celebrate what we have done and what we are going to do. And I think it's down to the music, really. I mean, lots of people. There's so many bands now. There's so many bands out there. There's literally a million bands, I guess. And to be one of the original diverse bands from the birth of extreme metal to still be doing our weird thing and showing that to the world seems like a good idea, and the fans seem to love it. So I think we're on to something.
So, what about on release day? Do you have any plans, like to do a live stream or anything like that, listening party?
Maybe we should do that actually. I haven't really thought about that because I'm so tangled up in preparing for our live shows because we're going out playing a few gigs in Sweden and then the Inferno Festival, like every weekend from this weekend coming, 3 weekends in a row we're out playing. So I'm fully tangled up into that preparation. So uh, of course that's a good idea to have like a live stream. We should probably do that.
So, when you get out on the road, then and you're playing live, are there thoughts or ideas about like filming your shows? And
I don't know. I think everything live should be live there and then. And if you're there's good live recordings of bands, but I think the live situation is for that moment, really, most of the time. I mean, there's a few good live stuff out there, but
Yeah,
it's
with
kind
you.
of I would rather just do what we're doing, creating even more new material and combining that with playing what we have recorded in the past out there live. I mean, we have so much material now. I think we have been rehearsing like 20 songs
Wow.
from the total catalog to show the fans that we're still a vital band. So when you have 6, 7 albums, it's way too much material to be able to do it all in one go. So I don't know. We'll see. First of all, we have to do this year and then see what we're doing next year live wise, because I think we should go out and play more out in the world, because the last few years we I haven't really I mean we haven't toured outside Norway that much because of what happened with the COVID, and then after that kind of recession in the live market. But we'll see what happens. If there's enough people wanting us, we'll definitely come out and play.
I'm sure there will be. I mean, has Wacken been in contact with you? Hellfest, anything like that?
We did them both in 22,
Yeah,
so I don't know. We'll see.
maybe. Yeah. Okay. What about
Yeah.
getting to the UK? Are there plans for that at some stage, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we just signed up with Mythology Booking, which is a UK-based booking agent. So I hope they will figure it out for
That'd be
sure.
cool. Amazing.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the artwork? I mean, it's like amazing. It's really cool, and it's the full package as well as the album, of course. How pleased are you with that?
Well, I'm super pleased, first of all, because that was my original idea for our second album in 91, 92. But nobody else backed me on that. And at the time, it was really hard to figure out how to make, deals to do true art on album covers. And the times have changed, fortunately, for me and for us. So we can do whatever we want now, which is a great place to be. So now I get to do anything I want and we want to do, and fuck everybody else's market strategy or plans or whatever there is in the. I don't believe in the music industry telling the artists what to do, because that's never a good idea. Artists should just do what they do, and if there's an audience, there will be an audience. It doesn't really matter.
So, like you say, you've got control now with everything you're doing. That must be so like good for you as a band because there's so like you've stated, there's so many bands out there these days. It's ridiculous. Are you glad you
Hmm.
started when you did back when you did in '88?
I mean, there wouldn't be another story, so I don't know. It's like asking someone if you're happy to be born when you were born. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's how it is. We're from the uh, old school, pre-old school, I guess. Even it's been a while since the 80s now, and I don't really look back that much with any sort of glorious ideas of how things was. I think things are much better now, actually, to be true, because of the fact that I have my own studio. We can do whatever we like. We can record whatever we like. We can, there's much more freedom now. You don't need other people's schedules or other people's budgets or whatever to do whatever you like. So I think that's the huge freedom from coming of age, but also from experience, which is a good thing. That's what you want to do if you want to be creative, to have full control and basically do whatever you want whenever you want it. So there couldn't be a better time to do this, really.
So, what can fans expect from Hymns of Misanthropy? No, I can't expect Hymns of Misanthropy. What can fans expect from your album?
Hymns of misanthropy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what can
Well,
fans?
what they can expect, they can expect a furious band with lots of ideas that is not, I would say, common in the extreme metal world necessarily. I think there's a variety of bands still, especially now anyway. So it's not like we're the weirdest band or the most original band, but I think what we have to offer is slightly different from absolutely everything else, which is the most important thing. And if you like that kind of stuff, we're definitely there for you.
That's great to hear. So, what about your live shows then? What can people expect?
Well, that's going to be an interesting path through all the material. I mean, we have the original double bass player, which is a kind of weird thing for any metal band or any rock bands, really. I think that's the biggest difference in the sound, and we try to stick to the arrangements really, but also to infest our songs with there and then fury and not impro, but to put it in a different way, we like to play and to play with the energy in the room. So we like to look at ourselves as a very vital band. So I think people will be happy.
Great. Do you then prefer playing festivals or small intimate gigs?
Depending, it's all depending. I mean, I really like to play in not too big of a club, like 400 or 500 people capacity clubs is my kind of favorite. Can even play in smaller places sometimes, but I think that the energy in what I would call the normal club scene is where it's at when it comes to true energy, and things doesn't need to be so slick and controlled and conform. I like that kind of environment where you're not too far away from the audience and you can really see who's there and how they're reacting to the music. So I think that's a good thing for us.
Okay, so all the tracks will be your babies on the album, but which is your favorite to date and why?
My favorite is
Track.
the track called "From the Past," which is going to be the next single. That's that version of that song and how it sits and how it feels is truly capturing the way of Cadavers were metal. It's very kind of cold sounding and very atmospheric at the same time, kind of also a little bit psychedelic, which is something I want to bring into this kind of metal. That there's a few bands out there right now actually that I like that's who's doing that, but I think to bring atmosphere and a little bit of psychedelic feeling. That's my kind of psychedelic feeling. I don't think people understand what I mean with that, so I'll leave it with that.
Okay. Um, so what's the responses been then to the tracks you have released so far?
I mean, the track we have out there is a song that we were actually playing live a lot in '93, but we never recorded it proper. And we did what you hear on the album is on its way to become the track fully. We finished the track in 2023 with the vocals and the bass and some extra guitars, but the foundation of the drums and one guitar was always there. But I don't know why we slipped that through at the time. We were kind of demoralized, I guess, from the experience with the record industry and didn't know what to do. But right now it feels like a revenge to have that song out and everything else.
Thank you so much for your time today and congratulations on the new album. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
Well, as long as you're open-minded to the way of metal from Cadaver, you should check it out and make sure to follow us on social media so you know where we are when it comes to gigs and stuff, because there will be much more gigs in the coming months and the next years. So I hope to see as many people out there liking what we do live in concert. So I look forward to that.
shuffle.